Do re mi. That's all it really took. A few hours ago, it was confirmed by an admin that Marlow is in fact Danger Mario, and that the Telegram messages all the way back to 2020 are real. Basically, what happened is that during the investigation, the admins had another admin log into the Telegram account of the person who was giving them the information about the Telegram messages regarding the fact that Marlow was Danger Mario and that they've basically been planning everything that they're going to be doing since like almost 2020, such as manipulating the community into thinking that they are a girl. And that admin had gone through all the messages all the way back to 2020. Personally, they haven't really shared any information regarding what the messages state, apart from the messages that we've already seen in the video from Eximities. As of now, though, it has been confirmed that the person they were messaging does appear to be Danger Mario. I think the worst thing out of all of this is how much damage Marlow has really done to the actual PvP community. Sorry, I keep saying Marlow. Sorry, Danger Mario. Danger Mario split the PvP community in half. If you haven't known about this, there's another tier list called PvP tiers, which originally used to be just MC tiers. But after Marlow got some power, she had basically made some pretty big accusations on the other owners and split. She also stole the website that MCTiers is on now, which is kind of crazy. Imagine the amount of people who are supposed to be at a tier that they actually deserve, but they haven't been able to because Marlow just used them as a stepping stone. This person who they were put up against is someone who controls the tier list, who was able to control her fights, and was just cheating in all of them. Can you like imagine this though? Like, how was this even possible though? Like, I feel like we need to do a bit of digging. Like, how was this person able to infiltrate the PvP community, become one of the best players in the world without uploading a single raw tier fight? How was that even like? That's why I think that the admin team does deserve a lot of scrutiny for this, because how is it that they themselves were able to let something like this slide? But I do want to quickly point out here, I don't think all the admins were in on it, or maybe not even any of them. I'm going to kind of explain to you how the administration structure goes on MC tiers, because a lot of people don't know about this. I didn't as well up until recently, and I'm a staff member. There are 5 admins on MC tiers. There used to be 6, but obviously Marlow was forced to resign. And the 3 admins are from PvP ranked, which is Lockbox, Evil Overlord, and Hat. And the people that have actually been like leading this investigation are mainly the people from the PvP ranked side. And the admin specifically, who I think is actually doing a really good job of trying to get to the bottom of this investigation, is Hat. This guy has been like incredibly cooperative with the staff team, which none of the other admins have like ever done. A few minutes ago, an admin had announced that they had basically confirmed that the Telegram messages were real. And I don't really know how MCTiers is going to recover from this. The entire MCTiers is basically built up on a lie. If you think about it, the structure was able to protect Danger Mario so well that like the hundreds of thousands of people in the community, even the high tier players, even big YouTubers, just were not able to criticize Marlow. If they did, it would basically either be banned, or Marlow would just go behind their back and just message other creators nasty things about them. I did see on a Dr. Donut stream that this was the case, where Marlow had gone behind Dr. Donut's back and was basically shit-talking him to other creators and making up lies about him just so it would ruin his chances of collaborations, because Marlow didn't like Dr. Donut, because Dr. Donut was very suspicious of him being Danger Mario and him being a cheater. It's kind of insane. And I feel like if the community ever wants to do something to prevent something like this from happening again, there needs to be a change in leadership, a change in the structure of MCTiers. I just don't think that they have the interests of the community at heart. And this is coming from someone who has been staff for a few months now, and it just doesn't really feel like the people that are actually at the top of the food chain on MCTiers really care about the community. I just feel like there needs to be change in the structure, really. Like, I feel like the regulators do a lot more than the overseers and admins, and they're just never being really promoted. I don't think there even is a way to become an overseer or an admin. So these people that pour in basically months and years into contributions to the game mode don't actually have control as much as the people who just sit back and really just watch what goes on, which is kind of sad to see. The admins don't really do anything. At least not for MCTiers, they're more focused on PvP ranked, so they haven't really been putting in like any effort on MCTiers. And the most annoying thing is that if we ever suspect a player of ulting, where there's basically nothing that we can do. So how this works is if you suspect a player is ulting or cheating, you need to contact a staff member that has a role that says restriction key. And basically what this role gives them permission to do is basically for them to ask a higher staff member for permission to run a command on their end. So like an overseer or an admin to /ult a player. And the worst thing about this is, dude, there's 8 game modes, okay? People ult like every single day. It usually takes weeks to months for the admins or overseers to even ult one person that you make a request for. And by that time, like, you don't really care anymore. You've kind of given up. It's been like, what, 2 months, the investigation. Why would you even continue it? You know, like, this is something that you should have tackled this day, this week, but just because of the lack of power that you and the people that are actually, you know, contributing to the game mode have, you weren't able to protect the game mode. You weren't able to protect the competitive integrity. So, I mean, I'm not going to really stay on this for too long. The main takeaway from here is that Marlow is Danger Mario. The Telegram messages are real. The staff team, I think most of them were in on it. When I say that, I mean overseers and then maybe like one admin, maybe Rai. I'm not going to really talk about this too much because I'm sure a lot of players already know. The MCTiers structure is completely weird. There's just not any competitive integrity. It's completely flawed. And the people that are in charge just don't care about the game modes. They don't care about MCTiers. I just can't wait to see the amount of videos that are going to come out after the announcement is made. Pretty sure there will probably be a statement released by the admins. They are currently working on a statement, but I'm just giving this information out early. I'll probably be demoted for it, but at the end of the day, this is for the community. I think there needs to be full transparency. I don't think stuff like this should be, you know, withheld from the community, especially something as big as this. I feel like MCTiers honestly should just be community run. I don't like the idea that it's just a select few people who are so detached from the community that basically dictate the future of MCTier. That doesn't really make sense. These people don't really care about the player base. They don't really care about competitive integrity. And I am just kind of happy though that there has been like a lot of videos from the community that's talking about this. Like, this is some pretty awful stuff, and I'm glad that the community itself has been doing a lot of investigation into this. And I just do think that there needs to be some sort of action taken against Marlow, better known as Danger Mario. I don't think this person should ever be let back into the community. I don't see how a response video is honestly gonna make up for the Telegram messages. I myself, once again, have not seen the Telegram messages, but an admin has. And the state messages go all the way back to 2020. Like, I even gave some leeway there. I was like, you know, if it's like a Telegram account that has messages from 2024, that could be faked, you know, like another, maybe Marlow mentioned it to a few other people, and then those people told, you know, that other person, and that other person just started faking messages. But no, this is going all the way back to 2020. And yeah, I'm sure there will be a public statement talking more about it, but I don't really know the future of PvP anymore. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I'm hearing about Flow PvP and a few other PvP ranked practice servers like Fly. I don't think MCT is going to die. It's too big to die. I just think there's going to be a lot of distrust in the community, and I don't think a lot of people are going to have passion into grinding high tiers like they used to, because, well, I mean, what really is the point? You know, MCT is bound to die. A PvP rank's going to replace it. If not that, I mean, there's not really much integrity left in MCTiers. I mean, how are you going to tell me that the owner for the last, like, what, 3 years has been the best player, convinced the former best player to stop playing so they can become the best player, and it makes it look more legit because the former best player stopped competing? But yeah, I'm not really going to drag this video out too much. I think 8 minutes is plenty length. But yeah, this is just like a little staff POV, former staff POV, because I'm probably getting demoted. Hopefully not, but probably am. I don't really know why they demote me, but at the same time, I wouldn't really blame them. I have been kind of thrashing on the overseers and admins a bit in this video, but we'll just have to see. If you made it this far, make sure to leave a comment, preferably Do-Re-Mi, just so I know you're sentient and you're not AI.